Hi there. Hi there, how's it going? Bonnie Violet here, feeling shy all of a sudden. Just walking and talking in New York City. Today is 1 year anniversary since I started my hormones. And so I thought I would take a moment to talk about that. Hey Charlie, how's it going? Feeling so self-conscious for some reason. But that's okay. How you doing, Charlie? I'm in New York City. The weather is nice today. Like I said, it's like 1 year on hormones. So I don't know. I felt like I wanted to talk about this, but now I'm feeling insecure or nervous or something. Yeah, I guess it's just kind of checking in anyway. Just feeling like I don't know, I don't know. Thanks for the one heart, Charlie, to encourage the love. But feeling like a little just exposed. Lots happening here. Great, I'm jealous of the weather. It is gorgeous here. I didn't realize how this filter was messing with my eyeballs, but anyway. Yeah, it's a beautiful day in New York City. What do I say? There's like so much happening around here, but not. I told myself I would do this today, and I just have not been able to bring myself to just come live. I don't know why. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it makes me nervous. It makes me anxious. But yeah, a year ago today, I went and picked up my... Hi, Kayla. Thanks so much. I'm really loving my hair color too. Yeah, a year ago today, I went and picked up my prescription. After seeing... I saw the doctor on the 15th, but I went to the pharmacy and picked up my prescription on the 16th. Hey, Craig. And I had a dear friend of mine, Linda Summers, or Angel, who I was able to kind of just grab on my way to the pharmacy. I happened to run by Angel and told them what was up, and they offered to... I can't remember if I asked them or if they offered to, but they prayed over my hormones, and we were in the Castro when we picked them up, and we went over to like the Castro stop there, and Linda said a little prayer over my hormones, I guess, and me, to kind of prepare me for this journey. It's been quite the year. A lot has happened. I'm anticipating, or I'm feeling like I might try to share a little bit more about my transition in the last year. So I know that it's like been happening, and I feel like I've shared about it somewhat, but not a lot about it. So I think it would be helpful for me to take some time to like really focus on that and really try to, for myself, just kind of reflect on it a little bit more. Hey, Eliz. Hey, Tony. Yes, NYC. So yeah, after Linda prayed over my hormones, did our thing that day, and then I went to my house later that night and set up like an altar. I don't know if many of you know this, but you probably do, that my trans experience and living into my transness is really part of a spiritual experience for me, and a part of living into my spirituality and my connection with God or higher power. Hey, Angel, I was just talking about you. So a big part of this was, one, being able to meet with a friend to pray over my pills, and two, for me to then like have some quiet time at my house alone and to like set an altar. And I mean, it sounds a little like, I don't know, it just felt nice to take the moment, take the time, and to really invite God into the experience, you know? So that was about a year ago. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Michael. And at first, when I decided to go on hormones, it wasn't like, I think a lot of people might assume that it's about like getting boobs and getting feminized and getting hips, which has been part of the process. And I have been surprisingly excited about that. But a big part of me was feeling like, I don't know, me deciding to go on hormones was like, it was almost like I had like I almost kind of talk about it like a vitamin deficiency, or more like I had a place within me that was kind of dead, that was just there, but it wasn't connected. It wasn't full of life. It wasn't rich, and it wasn't cared for. And it felt like to take the hormones would connect me to this part of myself that had been there my whole life, but kind of went untapped and unexplored and really unlived in. And it felt like the estrogen might connect with this part of me and wake it up, bring life to a part of me that hadn't been alive. And that really has been the experience, and not in some like huge like magical like big feeling way, but just in this I don't know, there's a connectedness to my body that I've never really had until I started with this transition. I think there's like the physical aspects of feeling the hormones in my body, but I think it's the changes to my body. I never noticed, I don't know, it's like I found my scars on my body again, and I like going through the process of, it's just such a, it's kind of awesome. Sometimes I just am in awe of how much it can change you, like in your body and your mind, but like, and at least it hasn't been like some like rock, like earth erupting, like kind of experience, and yet it has. It's been a lot of like, it was scary to make the decision to try hormones to see if I would even like them. But it got to a point where it just kind of felt like, well, if not now, then when? You know, like it was something I had had on my mind for a while now. And I just kind of put it off into like, I can't do this because it'll make things difficult with my family, or maybe nobody would love me. And like, how would it's like I would go from no longer being like a gay boy to being like a trans person. And I don't think I really even understood all the changes that would happen until they started happening. So it's been like a year of a lot of grief and a lot of loss as well. But you know, like with what's that like spiritual saying that, you know, sometimes things have to die in order like for there to be new life. And I feel like that's been a lot of my experience, is really kind of, I have no hard feelings about the person that I was. I have no hard feelings about the way I existed before. This just feels like an addition and an extension to the life that I had always lived. I've always been a person who's tried to be authentic and always tried to be honest and real for myself and with the people in my life. And it's wild that like being trans was nothing I had ever really thought of until I thought of it. And it was wild because there was plenty of like behavioral things. There were plenty of like expressive choices and the ways that I would ordain my body and put things on my body, and just the way that I existed was always somewhat a little trans. But it just was such a foreign concept and a foreign understanding to me. And also, I think a big part of it was not feeling safe, not feeling like I was in a place in which I could be me. And it's weird too. I mean, you know how life is, and a lot of things in life, it's just like there can be lots of truths at the same time. And I am so grateful for this journey, this new and another way to grow, I guess. But like, it's also been really humbling, I think, to, I just got to a place in my life where I could feel really comfortable just being a queer man in society, and no matter where I was, and I could just kind of own who I was. And like, I don't know, because I remember I used to be so scared of that. I'd be afraid of like holding my husband's hand. I mean, when I was married, and like having glitter on my face or something in public, which I know it feels like crazy that was ever my experience, but it was. So it's like I've come a long way. The people in my life have come a long way. My family has come a long way with me. I mean, but it's also brought a whole nother level of things. And, and it's taken me some time, and it's taken them some time. I mean, there's been so much travel in my family and in just around my gayness and stuff growing up where I grew up with, that my dad is not ready for Bonnie Violet, but he's like, bring my gay son home. I'm not ready for Bonnie, if that, and that's not necessarily like, it's hard to be on the other end of that, but I also like, I'm not saying it to make my dad a bad person, but more so just to speak about the growth and the change that we've all went through. And it feels in a lot of ways like I'm going back to, I don't know, step one with all of this, and then also, just choosing to live my life the way that I've been living the last year, on top of, transition, and then decide to not have a home and to travel kind of all over, and really kind of trust. I think really just trust that the universe and God or whatever, and people, like, I don't know, like, let them, I feel like my big practice has been letting myself be cared for. And that's been an interesting experience for me as well. It's like, I don't know, it's like I'm not just transitioning my body. I'm not just transitioning my name, but I'm also transitioning just the way that I exist in life, and what I do in life, and how I am in life, and actually how I see my relationship with others too. Thank you for, I don't know, I'm glad that I have this space. It feels interesting to go to social media to talk about this stuff, but sometimes it can feel really lonely, and it can take me some challenges to just, like, it's helpful to know that I'm not alone. Like, I can be in New York, and I could be walking down the street, and I go live on here, and I'm not really alone. And that makes me feel a little less vulnerable. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I am planning on sharing a little bit more about what this experience has been over the last year, not only with just going on the hormones, but there's just been a lot. There's been a lot of changes, and I've really been trying to just live. But I think it's time for me to talk a little bit more about it. I'm noticing that I might need, it might do me well to reflect on some of this stuff. Yeah. Anywho, I don't want to keep this too long, and I don't really, like I said, I don't really know exactly what I was going to say. I just really wanted to mark the day. I haven't done much walking just because I'm in New York City and I don't know where to walk, and I'm feeling watched. But anywho, I think I'm just gonna take a few seconds and just walk a few steps and with you with not much to say, and then just end this call with just the meditation and the thought of my heels clicking on the sidewalk. Hi Dana, hi Will, hi Joey. Also, if you have any questions for me at some point in time, whether it's in person or like over the phone or whatever, like honestly, I know a lot of people say don't ask trans people about stuff, but it makes me feel like, one, it gives me an opportunity to talk about it, and two, it makes me feel like, I don't know, like people notice, or it's such a big part of my life right now. It's a part of me I want to be seen. Hi Dana, hi Mark. So yeah, I'm almost back to where I started. So I'll probably go to at least back to where I started before I get off of here. Just for, so I'm just in New York until Wednesday, and then Austin on Wednesday, Austin, Texas. If anybody's gonna be in Austin, let me know. I'm just kind of showing up there and going to the International Drag Festival, I guess, and seeing what happens there. So I feel like I am really rambling now. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go. Thanks for staying on. There's been a few folks who've been on here constantly, so that's felt nice. Anywho, take care. I love you, Angel. Hi, Wade. Every time I go to say goodbye, I notice somebody else pop on. So thanks for saying hello to everyone who said hello to 1 year on estrogen and on this medical part of my transition. Thanks, Angel. I love you too. Thanks, Mark. Two very important, there's just so many important people in my life that I don't know if I say enough, but I'm really grateful that you are in it. Even if it seems like I've abandoned you by not being in your city anymore or place, know that I'm taking you with me, whether you like it or not. All right, bye-bye. Hi, Nicholas, I'm in your city. Bye, babes.